Global Besties, welcome to 1,000 Miles Pod.
You belong here.
That felt so good, guys.
Guys, we have made it to double digits. Welcome to episode 10 of 1,000 Miles Pod. This is very exciting. I feel like this is a milestone and we are celebrating every single milestone. So I feel like we should kick things off with just quickly sharing where we are. So I'm in Guernsey. This is Tyler, still in Guernsey, as per usual. Nikki.
I am still in Albania. However, I have moved towns. I am no longer in Gollum. I am in Hamare. So we're making a little adjustments, exploring a little bit more. But Maddie, where are you?
I am home in Kauai at the moment and really enjoying it. I feel like we're kind of settled into routine. And I'm super curious, you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this, but I am in like full summer mode t-shirt. You guys are in like Sherpa sweatshirts. So is it cold where you guys are?
Autumn has definitely shown its face here in Guernsey. I feel very autumnal. And I don't know, I'm kind of ready for it, I think. Summer's been lovely. I love summer, but, you know, autumn's here. Fall is here, people.
Fall. It is not cold here in Hamare at all. I'm just a little bitch. And if it's below a certain temp, I have to have a hoodie on. And I also just spent the last 3 days up in the mountains of Albania hiking. And while it was hot during the day, it was freezing at night. So I'm still kind of like coming out of it. I just went from the mountains straight to the coast. So I'm a cold girl.
Reacclimatizing.
Yeah.
Well, Global Besties, we have a very special episode today because this is our 10th episode. We've decided to have a bit of a listener Q&A questions. Now, Maddie, I think a lot of these are from your friend, Kelsey. Shout out, Kelsey. And
yes, shout out.
Yep. And we are recording these before a lot of them are going live, obviously. However, the first episode is officially live now, which is so exciting for us. And hopefully, in the future, we'll have more Q&A episodes. So if you ever do have any questions for us, please shoot them our way. And I feel like we should get into it.
Yeah, but I also did want to say, because we did just say that the first episode just went live, I've been stalking all the comments and the shares and the DMs and all of the stats on the back end. And you guys have been amazing. All the Global Besties out there have been like leaving the best feedback, giving us awesome questions, like just being such an amazing part of this community and everything we want it to be and are trying to build it into. So it's been really fun. And it's been so cool to see where people are actually listening from. Like I just told Maddie and Ty that we have 3 listeners in Trinidad and Tobago, which is crazy. So we're just having fun and I'm really grateful for everything that's happened so far. And yeah, you Global Besties are the best.
Retweet.
It's crazy because we are recording this today from 8,400 miles away, 13,500 kilometers. We've been at that distance now for a couple weeks as we're all in our respective locations. But I feel like eventually we have to calculate where the Global Besties are listening from. So we'll have to include that in future episodes because I don't know how the distances are, but it's all over the world, which is our dream. This is so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so neat. It would be so fun to see like where like the farthest distance in like a Q&A. Like, oh, if somebody's from here and from here, the farthest distance in the Q&A. It'd be fun.
Yeah. So stay tuned on our socials because we will be engaging with you guys and asking you guys for more and more feedback as the time rolls on. But today, we are going to jump into some really fun Q&A questions. Some of these are our questions for one another. One of them came from ChatGPT, and most of them came from my sweet friend, Kelsey Bennett, who might be the OG of the OG of the OG listeners, Global Besties. She sent these questions in right as the podcast was starting. Just a bunch of questions for us about travel, about our experiences. So we're going to jump in, but we are going to jump in with an unhinged question that I actually heard out in the wild this week. And it is, if I called you from jail and said that I had been arrested for a crime, what would you assume that crime was? So we got to answer this for each other because I am so excited to hear what you guys have to say.
First of all, I would think that this was like a mistaken identity situation because I'd be like, there's no fucking way that Maddie is arrested.
Literally. There's no way. That's why I keep like thinking of like ridiculous things. I'm like, Maddie would get arrested for like making somebody uncomfortable from encouraging them too much.
Like encouragement, harassment.
Yeah. And you're like, she's harassing me, and really she's just trying to like encourage you.
Or like,
I'd be like, you got it, you got it, you got it.
I think if Pat committed a crime, which I also could not see happening, I feel like you would be helping him cover something up. So maybe it's like a conspiracy.
Oh, I fully think it would be the other way around. I could see Pat getting arrested.
Yeah, actually, do you know what? Wait, I don't know. I feel like Maddie has this like very sweet persona, but I reckon you could be mischievous.
We're talking about DJ 1PM.
Yeah, DJ 1PM, I don't think would ever get arrested. That's literally his worst nightmare. His actual worst fear in life is being wrongly imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. So
I relate to that so hard though. I have dreams about that. Like I'm scared of that as well. So I'm with Pat.
Yeah.
Nikki, I feel like if Nikki was like, guys, I'm arrested, I'd be like, okay, what have you done now?
The three of us? Yeah, I feel like that's probably accurate. For what though?
Oh, I honestly feel like it would be something like you chase down someone who stole a piece of camera equipment and you just like slit their throat.
Yeah. I feel like the camera equipment is like your firstborn child. The people's elbow will be dropped.
I recently, on my flight here to Albania, had a gate check man tell me that I couldn't take my bag onto the plane because it was too big. And I was like, that's funny because I've been flying you guys all freaking summer and that bag has been fine. And he was like, can't take it. I got to check it. And I was like, the whole bag is camera gear, bro. You're not taking it. And he was like, well, you got to take the batteries and everything of value out. And I was like, that's the entire bag. And he was like, surely the whole bag isn't camera gear. And I was like, want to bet? I was like, did you pack my bag? And I opened it for him and he was like, all that's camera gear. I was like, yeah. And you expect me to carry it? And he was like, yep. So I literally had to carry all of my camera gear onto the plane. And then they didn't even take my bag. And I was fighting this man in the middle of the airport, politely. But I was fighting him.
That's it. That's what you would get arrested for. If you called me, you're like, I've been arrested, I'd be like, who stole your camera gear and who did you flambe because of it?
Yeah. I feel like you've got way more sass than me because when that happened to me and my carry-on luggage was way overweight because of camera gear, I just like played innocent. I was like, oh no, it's all camera gear. And I just sweet talked them. And they were like, it's okay, just like go on. I'm like,
that's what I do 99% of the time, but there's always one dude who's like comes in and I'm like he wasn't even the guy who caught me. The first guy was like, he turned to me and he was like, hey, can you put your bag in the thing to check the size? And I was like, well, it's not going to fit. And then he was like, well, you got to pay for it. And I was like, I just like gave him this look and he was like, and he was like about to give it to me. And then like this other guy comes in and was like, nope. And I was like, okay, we're sassing today. I'll sass. I'll play dumb and play innocent at first. But I was like, you're not taking my camera bag. Like, you're not taking like it.
Hold my earrings.
Karate chop to the throat.
Yeah. I'm like, we're not doing it. Like, like, what's going to happen? That's the other thing. You're going to make me carry all my camera gear onto the plane. And then what is going to happen with it? I'm going to put it in the overhead bin where it would have gone in my bag and fit if you would have just let me keep my bag.
It's more of a hazard like that, I swear.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
Right, what about me, guys? What have I done? Why am I in prison?
I simply do believe that you would be arrested because your dog killed someone.
Oh my God, yes.
You would be arrested on behalf of Harley.
Listen, I'll be like, take the dog.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. No, guys. Okay, Global Besties, listen up. I have a dog. She is a sweet baby angel half the time. She looks like butter wouldn't melt. She is 10 years old and she is a miserable old girl. Listen, she doesn't like people in her space. I love her with my whole heart, but yeah, no, she would be the reason why I end up in prison.
Can you explain she looks like butter wouldn't melt? Is that what you said?
Do you not have that saying?
No.
Oh, I love these different like sayings that we all have. The Brits will understand. Like butter wouldn't melt. Like she looks as sweet as pie. Like she looks innocent. Like that's basically what it means.
Oh,
Okay.
I interpreted that as like the halfway point when like butter's kind of melted and like kind of not, and it just like looks stressful. I was like, is that what Harley is supposed to look like?
No, but she is stressful, so that fits.
I went straight to color. I was like, is she really the color of butter?
No. She's an apricot cavapoo, if anybody is wondering.
Yeah, just to clarify, she's a tiny dog. She's not like a scary, massive dog. She's just opinionated, and she would get Ty arrested.
She is very sweet, but you know, she, like Nikki, if you took her camera gear away from her, she would not be happy about it.
Nope. I relate. Harley and I will be cellmates.
Cellmates. Oh my gosh.
She liked me.
She did.
No, I know for a fact what I would be arrested for. In fact, I have had to check a South Carolina database to make sure there wasn't a warrant out for my arrest. And this is why. Okay, are you ready?
What?
I fundamentally do not believe in paying for parking. I get parking tickets everywhere. I hate it. I think paying for parking is the dumbest thing in the world. I hate little rules like that. And so
you naughty girl.
when I was in college at the College of Charleston, so the College of Charleston is in Charleston, South Carolina, and it's a super unique campus because like it's part of the city of Charleston. So the quote unquote campus police are just the actual police for the city of Charleston. It's not like the campus police on a normal college campus where it's like they don't really have authority.
The big
so
dogs
I got like dozens and dozens of parking tickets because parking is so difficult to come by in Charleston. And then I transferred and I just like fled the state of South Carolina and never paid them. And so like for your, when I transferred to a different school and I got a lot of parking tickets, it just came out of my like student account because it was from the campus police. So these are from the actual police in Charleston, South Carolina. So I have actually checked on multiple databases to make sure I don't have a warrant out for my arrest because I love the city of Charleston and I would love to come back someday and potentially live there. But I have this like image of me showing up and like cops swarming me being like, you have 75 unpaid parking tickets from 2010.
Your face is on like wanted posters all around the city.
Yeah, so that's what it would be. It would be because I would see a pay for parking sign and I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. So stupid. I'm literally running in to get takeout. Arrest me. And then they would.
I am honestly such a pushover. I'd be like, here, I'm only going to be here 10 minutes, have an hour's worth of parking. I'm just too scared.
I mean, I'm with you. I won't pay for parking if it's like I'm just running into a place and running back out. But I think paying for parking is stupid, but I will drive around for an hour looking for a place to park for free.
I will park illegally. I will not pay for parking. I will risk it for the biscuit. I'm just like, if we're in another country, it says pay for parking. I'm like, how are they going to know?
I'll tell you what you need.
How are they going to know?
You need a post van because nobody questions the postie. Just park where you need to park. You know, I'm doing my job.
Or like a hearse. I feel like you could park a hearse anywhere.
Oh yeah.
God.
You can park that bad boy anywhere. Who died?
Skip
the morgue. We're skipping the morgue straight to the hearse. Somebody died in Chili's today. Throw them in there. Free parking.
Yeah. At the paws of Harley.
I can't get over Nikki and Harley being cellmates. I'm dying. Nikki shows up and she's like, yo, my girl Harley here yet?
What's up? Let's go. What'd they take? Your camera?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that question. That was a great question.
Okay. Next question. What is your airport necessity? It can be like an item, like your pit stop in the airport or like a routine. Like what is your airport poison of choice?
I have this little bum bag. You guys would call it a fanny pack. It's very thin and it just stays on me at all times and it always has my passport and my phone in it. So you know when like you're at the airport or wherever you are and you constantly check, have I got my passport? Have I got my passport? That bitch is strapped to me at all times, so I know that it's there. That is my absolute necessity.
I also have a fanny pack that stays right on my chest. Passport there at all points in time.
My airport necessity, I mean, the first thing I do after security is get water, which is like so lame. But I'm in my 30s now. I know the importance of drinking water on a travel day. So Global Besties is your reminder, drink more water than you normally do on a travel day. But I think that's my biggest airport necessity. I will not board a flight without a water bottle.
Nice.
Yes, also, can we like start a worldwide petition or whatever or something for there to be water fountains in every airport? Like, why can I get so frustrated when I go into airports and like there's no place to fill my water bottle. I'm like, why do I gotta pay $20 for the smart water? I mean, you can just put a water fountain in.
It's a money-making scam, I swear.
Do you guys fall victim to...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, have you heard the hack that you can take ice through security?
Yes, I have
So
heard
if you
that.
just have like a water bottle full of frozen ice, obviously ice is frozen, then that's fine. I've never tried it. Don't quote me on that, people. But so I
have heard that.
Like medical grade water. Like my friend Chas has like one of those pH machines, and if it's a certain pH, you can say like, this is medical grade water, and then they just like test it with a weird strip thing, and I'm guessing as long as it comes back as like whatever that pH is and no issues, you can get it through. She's brought in like jugs.
Interesting.
Of water. Yeah. It's very weird.
Where does one acquire medical grade water?
Yeah.
Like, where'd you get that from?
It's just the pH of it.
Oh.
Interesting.
I think. I don't know. That's what she said. We went to the airport one time, that's what she said, and they were like, yeah, take your water, it's fine. And it was a full like 32 ounces.
I like that. Do you guys fall victim to the mindset of like, as soon as you cross into an airport, things are basically free, even though they're actually more expensive? Like, I would never just go into a store and be like, I'm gonna get water and gum and snacks and all this stuff. But in the airport, I'm like, it's go time, baby. I'm gonna get a $7 water and like a $15 bag of 3 pretzels and all this stuff.
And a $350 pair of sunglasses. Without fail, I will try on sunglasses in every airport I go to. Do I ever buy them? No. But, you know, it's like a routine now.
That is so funny.
I think I immediately switch into the like I don't drink coffee. I don't like have my daily little like, oh, go out and get a fix thing. It's like, but when I go into the airport, I'm like, a matcha? Sure. Even though it's like, that matcha is going to cost me triple what it would cost me if I just waited till I got where I was going.
Yeah. Ben and I always be like, oh, fuck it, we're on holiday. Let's just treat ourselves. It's detrimental to the bank account.
Yeah. Obviously, that's changed a little bit for me. I'm like, I can't do that anymore.
Well, now that you're traveling full time, I fear you will be broke if you had that mindset at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just kicked the table.
Nikki, did you say your necessity?
I always have a fanny pack, headphones typically. I can't do screaming babies. And not because it's anybody's fault. It's not for me. No, and honestly, what's worse than screaming babies is people who are like hacking up a lung and sick. And I'm like, I can't listen to that. So, headphones.
Nice. Alrighty, next question. Have you guys ever had a moment when you're traveling and it's like, okay, this is how I die? Like any moment like that you're like, this is the end of me now?
Yes, 100%. In fact, I don't know if Nikki would say the same story, but mine happened with Nikki in Milan, Italy in March.
Oh my God.
Like, depending on... did you forget about it?
There's video proof. Yeah, I know there's so many. And I'm like going through it all in my head. And then as soon as you said Milan, I was like, you're right.
So this
I just remembered. Do tell the Global Besties, because this is crazy.
This is kind of a legendary story at this point. But this was pre-Castle. If you haven't listened to all the beginning episodes, go back and listen, because this was pre-Castle wedding vow renewal adventure. Nikki, Patrick, and I were traveling through Milan for like 5 days together. And it was just like the most magical 5 days ever. I don't know if it was just like we didn't do so much research ahead of time where we were just like flabbergasted by the beauty of Milan. I don't know if we just thought Milan was underrated or I don't know what it was, but all three of us were like, oh my gosh, Milan, Italy is spectacular and we are in love with it. And we had no idea that we would feel this way. So it was just like the most idyllic like 5 days. And I think it was the last night. It had like quite literally one of my top favorite travel days ever. Like from start to finish, we had like gone to a cooking class and gone to a spa and like gone and see these famous paintings. I don't even remember everything that happened that day, but it was just like the most amazing travel day ever. And at the very end of the night, this is a whole other story. We decided it was when we were rescuing you, right?
Skedaddle. Yep.
Yeah, we were rescuing Nikki from her hostel, which is a whole other story, but it was just Nikki and I, and Pat was back at our hotel. And so Nikki and I were like traversing across the city, which Milan feels super safe. It's so easy to get around. Like it was fantastic. There was no issue at all. Patrick was like, yeah, like go for it. Because he was like, you guys are so safe out there. Like there's no issues whatsoever. This is the safest city. So it's midnight and Nikki and I are traversing through Milan and we're at a tram stop. And it's literally midnight on the dot. And we were just saying like, oh my gosh, it's almost midnight, which means this like perfect day is going to be over. I can't believe it. And across the way, kind of in this big intersection, we see these young gentlemen who start setting fireworks off. And it was like right at midnight. And so we were like, oh my gosh, like this is so perfect. Like almost in tears, like what a perfect end to the day. Like, it's not a holiday. Like they're just setting fireworks off. Like this could not be more picture perfect end to this most amazing day in Milan. And then things took a turn. We were watching these guys and you could tell that they were kind of hooligans. And all of a sudden they were setting off these fireworks and they started pointing them like horizontally. Like they were started off up into the sky and then they started pointing them like at the tops of buildings and were like getting lower and lower. And I don't think they were like trying to hurt anyone. I think they were maybe drunk. Yeah.
And to like give a little bit more context about the fireworks, it was like the box, like the big box of like 12 fireworks and there's mortars in them. So like,
yeah,
they're not just like bottle rockets, like shooting. Like these are the ones that they like launch for fireworks shows. They're huge mortar fireworks. And one of the guys picked the box up and started pointing it around. Anyway,
kind of like pointing it, like spinning around this circle. And I don't know if he was drunk. I don't think they were trying to hurt people at all. I think there was just like a drunk celebration or something. They start like pointing this box literally like at eye level of humans and like spinning around the circle of this intersection. And we have video evidence of this.
Are they really holding this in their hands? I don't know. What the fuck? Are you kidding? We just got shot at by just fireworks. What the fuck? I'm like trauma laughing right now.
I don't know if I should be laughing or crying or also, am I burning? All of a sudden, I look at Nikki and I said something like, this is about to get violent. Or like, is this about to get dangerous?
Yeah, you were like, is this getting violent?
And I was like, is this getting violent?
I don't know.
And Nikki and I, praise the Lord, had the wherewithal to be like, they're about to point that box like over to the section of this like huge intersection we're at. And I was like, run. And we just moved as fast as we could to the left. And Nikki happened to be filming because again, we were like, this is so beautiful, like how magical. We like took like 3 steps and started to run like down into the subway station where we were at. And as soon as we moved, this firework mortar exploded literally right where we had been standing.
Like at eye level, like if our faces would have been still there, we would have been blasted in the face with these fireworks.
The footage is crazy.
It is crazy. We like scream, everyone's screaming, and we just like run like into the subway station, and we're like, whoa, whoa, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like,
you were like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I was going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Every word out of my mouth. I'm looking at Maddie like, you can say fuck. Like,
I was like, holy crap, what was that? And again, I just think they were being drunk. I don't think it was any type of like sinister, no like terrorism or anything like that. I just think it was some drunk people that were being incredibly irresponsible. And thankfully, I don't think anyone was hurt because like that whole group of people that like it kind of shut down after that. I don't know what happened, but no one was hurt. And Nikki and I were like, oh my gosh, the turn that this day just took is crazy. We texted Patrick and we were like, so there's been an incident. And he was like, what? Like, what's happening? Do I need to come? Like, and we were like, no. We're like, we're okay. We're on the tram home. Like, we'll tell you when we get there. But yeah, that is my most like, okay, this is how I die.
Yeah, we walked into that hotel room too, and Pat was like, wide-eyed, like, what happened?
Yeah.
But we made it.
That is wild. I would be fearing for my life.
No, that was definitely one of them. I feel like I've had quite a few. I think the one that I always think of is the first one that it happened. It was like my first big trip. I went to Hawaii for 30 days. Pretty sure I've talked about this before on here. And I was doing a ridge hike, like my first ever ridge hike. And if you don't know, in Hawaii, when you do ridge hikes, they're like quite literally the width of you and then drop off like thousands of feet. And it doesn't look like it. Like there's enough vegetation that you think like, oh, the ground's wide enough, and it's not. Like if you took one step off, you're falling through the bushes and straight hundreds of thousands of feet.
There's a lot of false like cliffs because of the vegetation.
Yeah, it's terrifying. But I had climbed up. I hadn't even climbed up. We had done these I'm trying to not like say all of the things because I know that it can be kind of touchy to location drop Hawaii things. But essentially there's this ridge and it gets to the point where you have to like quite literally rock climb up this ridge that is thousands of feet off the side. And I climbed up it. We got to the top and it was raining and we decided to turn around. And I had a hard time climbing up it. And I don't rock climb. I don't like to rock climb. It's not a passion, a desire, a thing I ever want to do in my life ever. So how I ended up in this situation, I don't know. I probably should have done a little bit more research, but learn from me. Anyway, we were coming back down and I got stuck. I'm saying stuck in quotes. I just like kind of froze and I was like, how do I get down? And then I turned and looked and I was like, I'll just jump like down onto the ground. And when I turned and looked, I was like, oh, I'm too far to jump. But I had already thought like, oh, I'm going to fall off of this.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, if I fall, this is it. Like in that whole, there was like a split second in my brain where I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to jump. And then I was like, nope, I can't jump. I'm too high. Oh my God, my weight is this way. Oh my God, this is the end of my life.
Like it was
I'm literally about to fall.
All at once.
It happened all at once. Like it was so fast. And then I had to like come back in and be like, okay, how do I get off of this edge? And like really ground myself super fast to climb down it. And crazy. That was the first time in my life that I was like, yep, I'm going to die and this is it. And my mom is going to be so upset. And like, how's my mom going to get my body?
Like that.
Hawaii to this day is the scariest hiking I've ever done in my life. The most dangerous, the scariest, like to this day, Hawaii still ranks as like some of the most terrifying hiking I've ever done. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I'm not saying like don't do it, but like you can't go into hiking in Hawaii if you have no experience. Like
hike responsibly.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
Ty,
that's
what about
the
you?
first one that comes up. Yeah.
I think for me, it would be this time last year, Ben and I were in Iceland and we were driving around the ring road. We were making sure that we were on the right roads and, you know, we were allowed to be on those roads because there's certain restrictions depending on your car and also weather. And Thankfully, Ben was driving because all of a sudden the weather changed. It can change so quickly in Iceland. And picture the scene. We're looking out the front window of the car. The road is completely white. There's like a drop off on the right-hand side, all completely white. It's like a whiteout. And we see this car in front of us and we think that it's stopped on the side of the road because obviously the weather. And as we get closer, we're going quite slow to be fair, but as we get closer, we realise that it is smack bang in the middle of the road on this hill. So it had been driving up the hill, clearly couldn't make it and just stopped in the middle of the road. And by the time we realised that this car was in the middle of the road, it was too late for us to stop. So Ben, thankfully, was like pumping the brake. He was doing all the things that you need to do to like not crash. I wish we had the camera rolling at this point because I swear to God, we skidded past this car sideways. And I reckon we could have fit we wouldn't have been able to fit a person between the two cars because we just missed them by a hair. Somehow we did not end up in the ditch. If I was driving, we would have absolutely been on the roof of the car. And it was one of those moments that like everything just went slow motion. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Ben said to me after, he was like, was there anyone in that car? And I was like, I have no idea because all I was thinking was we're going to end up on the roof. And anyway, he nailed it. I don't know how the fuck he kept that on the road, but I was shaking like a shitting dog. So he must have been shaking too. But that,
oh my God,
that was the one moment that I thought, oh my God, we're going to die. Thankfully we didn't.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's so spooky.
Global Besties, if you're listening, make sure we had insurance and everything, obviously, so that's fine. But like, make sure you have insurance, make sure you're driving where you should be driving, and just stay very vigilant of weather changes, especially if you're in Iceland or somewhere like that. So yeah, that's the one that comes to mind, I think.
I think the life lesson here is stay vigilant of fireworks and steep hikes and changing weather when you're traveling. I mean, that's advice to live by.
Put it on a shirt.
It's our first merch drop. Beware steep hikes, fireworks, changing weather. Okay, this is a fast question, but what's your go-to airport meal or snack?
Oof, mine is just something simple because I'm too scared to shit myself on a plane. You will not see me eating sushi in an airport. No. Have I ever shit myself after sushi? No, but you know, it would happen on a flight, so.
Oh no.
I was like, do people shit themselves when they eat sushi?
No, but like, could you imagine bad fish or something?
That'd
on a long haul flight. So mine is just like something plain, simple. Also, I'm not opposed to airplane food, so I don't feel like I need to eat loads beforehand.
I low-key am obsessed with airplane food. It's so fun. It's like Russian roulette. What are we gonna get?
Yeah.
Like, can't wait to see.
What about you, Nikki? What's your go-to airport? You hate airplane food?
I don't hate it, but if it's not pasta, I'm not excited for it.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
that is fair.
Just because I know pasta's easy and it's like, you can't really mess that up. Put some sauce on it, it's fine.
So do you eat before you get on a flight?
If I remember. Like, I'm lucky if I remember to like feed myself. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. It's just like sometimes I'm like, I just got to get there. I'm like so anxious to like see my gate. Yeah. And then like once I see the gate, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then sometimes I have enough time to eat and sometimes it's like I'm just grabbing a bag of chips.
Yeah.
But I will say like I usually just go for like a bag of chips. Mm-hmm. Like I love chips. Mm.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What about you, Maddie?
Yeah. I am a total creature of habit in general, but my go-to meal before a long flight is a hamburger. I feel like it accomplishes the goal of protein and carbs and the whole thing and keeps you satisfied. It's just like, there's nothing like a hamburger. I'm not a huge fry person, but like hamburger fries before you get on like a 10-hour flight is like supreme. And if it's morning and there's a Panera, it's always Panera.
Okay.
I'm a big Panera in the airport person. It's just like extra expensive and extra average, but for whatever reason, it's like, my little treat. I don't drink coffee either, so I feel like for me in the mornings, I don't really get like that special treat. It's just like, I love breakfast,
Yeah.
so yeah, I feel like that accomplishes that for me.
Oh, I'm a slut for a coffee and a pastry. But you do have to be a bit careful with having caffeine before getting on a long flight, you know?
I was like, you don't want to shit yourself, but you're going to drink coffee. That seems diabolical.
You just have to time these things, you know?
Next question. What's the one destination that completely surprised you, for better, for worse? Give us a story. Tell us why.
Oh my gosh, Maddie, you're going to have to go first because I need to think about this one.
Okay, this is super interesting. I have a unique answer to this. I would say Germany, and here's why.
Oh.
I've been to Germany a few times, and I apologize to our German listeners. What I'm about to say is hopefully going to end up well for you. But I'm never excited about going to Germany. I'm never like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to Germany. But every time I'm in Germany, I'm like, this is actually fantastic. Like, the cities are wonderful. The airports are nice. Like, the towns are world class, like adorable, especially at Christmas. I mean, if you can go anywhere in the world for a holiday, it has to be Germany at Christmas. So I feel like that's it. I'm never, like, seriously, I'm like, I would be okay if I never go to Germany again. But also, I know next time I'm in Germany, I'm going to be like, wait, this is actually amazing. So I don't know what it is about that destination, but it's like, I've never felt so apathetic prior to going to a destination and so like humbled and just like, oh, Germany's actually amazing. Great nature.
I've been to
like, it kind of has everything.
Yeah. I've been to Germany twice, and both times I've been like, oh, like I love Germany. I genuinely need to spend more time there, but I'm with you. I love it.
Yeah.
Ty, did you think of one?
Well, do you know what? The slightly different tangent, but I was really surprised by New Zealand, and I should not have been, because everybody who I'd spoken to before going has said, like, New Zealand is the best place I've ever been in the world. And I think my cynical mind was like, it can't be that good. Like, everyone goes on about it. Like, I had high hopes, and it completely blew them out of the water. I understand now why so many people go on about it. So it's not a surprise in the sense that, like, I thought it was going to be crap and it was amazing. Like, I knew it was going to be good, but, like, it was beyond my imagination.
Yeah. I haven't been yet, but I've heard phenomenal things.
New Zealand
definitely have to go.
Is spectacular.
Also, like, Kiwi people are just, I love Kiwis.
Yeah, they're great.
Some of the best. Some of the best in the world, 100%.
What about you,
Yeah,
Nikki? Bar Germany, do you have any others?
Yeah, so I think the one that's like stands out to me the most is like just genuine shock. It's kind of the same as you, Ty, where like everybody raves about it and then you go see it and you're like, what the hell? The Lofoten Islands in Norway. I have spent, I can't even tell you how many years of my life watching people do midnight sun in the Lofoten Islands and being like, yeah, that's sick, that's sick, that's sick. And I will never forget flying in last summer and being like, I was shocked. Like, I knew where I was flying to. I knew what was happening. But like, it was kind of one of those things where I was like on the like back end of like 3 months of travel. This was my last stop before I went home, like this whole thing. So I was kind of just like at that point going through the motions, but we broke through the cloud coverage going into, I think it's Bodo. And I burst into tears. Like, I have never seen, I was like, I've never seen mountains like this in my life. Like, and then it just kept getting better. Like that, like we landed in Bodo, we got our rental car, got on the ferry, spent 4 hours on the ferry in midnight sun. And it was just like these gorgeous mountains, like shooting straight out of the ocean and like the most beautiful light I've ever seen. And then it just kept going. We got off the boat in the rental car and like I just have videos of like me and my friend Chas like in the car going, this is not real. Like, it's not real. There's no way. And like multiple times throughout the trip I was like fighting tears. Like it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I think I probably could have spent a little bit more time like intertwining myself into the culture and stuff, but we really went to hike, so I spent most of the time like outside just on mountains versus like kind of getting into different cultural things for Norway, but
you'll just have to go back.
Yeah, and I want to go back. It is unreal, like truly unreal.
Norway is so high on my bucket list.
Yeah, as it should be. Hop on over.
Amazing.
Well, I mean, I'm disappointed none of you guys said Guernsey, but I won't hold that against you.
Guernsey was surprising.
Guernsey did surprise me, actually. That is up there with the surprising destinations.
Alrighty, so next question. What is the one travel mistake that you will never make again?
Mine is a very simple answer, and that is I will never, ever, ever go anywhere without snacks again. Ever. I have blood sugar issues. We're figuring it out. Like low blood sugar issues. And yeah, that leads to some pass out moments that are scary, particularly one that happened in the Prague train station, which I did chronicle on the Travel Mentors. That was during the time of the Travel Mentors. But yeah, that was not my favorite moment. And I also will never travel outside of the US without good old fashioned, probably horrible for you, but Dayquil and NyQuil, because you can't get it outside of the US. And sometimes this American girl, when she's not feeling well, just literally needs her NyQuil and her Dayquil.
What is that?
So it's like the catch-all cold medicine. Okay. It's like headache, fever, chills, like puts you to sleep.
Really
NyQuil knocks you out. Dayquil is like the day version of it.
Nice.
So I'm unfortunately allergic to Dayquil, but before I figured that out, buddies.
They probably don't sell it in Europe because Europe is stricter and healthier and has like, it's probably banned, all the substances in it. But let me tell you, sometimes you just need it. Sometimes you're like, I need NyQuil more than anything. I need NyQuil and I need a snack.
Fair enough.
What about you, Ty? What do you got?
Ben and I missed a flight once. That was not our finest hour. I honestly couldn't even tell you the reason why we missed the flight. I have no fucking clue. We stayed overnight at the airport and we still missed the flight. So do with that information what you will. But like we got through. Like we were in the departures lounge waiting to get on board, and we were looking at the boards all the time. And then all of a sudden it was like gate closed, and we were like, what the fuck? It didn't even tell us where the gate was. I mean, it might have, I don't know. But long story short, there was about 10 of us who missed that flight because I don't know what the reason was. It genuinely would have been quicker to get the 10 of us on the flight than it would, like, it took them so long to get all of our bags off the plane before they could depart. But EasyJet, we have beef now, so.
That is crazy.
That's brutal.
If it was just us, I would be like, okay, fair, we've made like some sort of detrimental mistake here. But because there were so many people, I thought that's
so weird.
Something weird is going on. But we had a river cruise to catch, so we had to get our asses across London to a different airport to then get a flight into Germany to get this river cruise. Otherwise, we were going to miss it.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
We made it, and we have not missed a flight since, touch wood.
Nightmare.
Nikki, what about you?
Honestly, I've made about every possible fucking travel mistake, I think, at this point. Some of them I've learned from, and some of them I don't. But for whatever reason, my first thought was like compression socks. Like, always wearing compression socks on flights. I don't know what it is. I can't even say that's really a travel mistake. But I can say that it makes your life feel, and your legs feel a whole lot better when you wear them.
I've never worn compression socks.
That's fair.
Oh my God.
It's good. It's a good situation.
I have 2 pairs. I live in a 40-liter backpack, and I brought 2 pairs of compression socks with me. Like, I don't mess around with the compression socks.
Well, you know, I am turning 30, so maybe I need to get on this compression sock train.
Yep, it's a rite of passage.
It is a rite of passage. If you are traveling over the age of 30 and you don't have compression socks, run. Maybe we'll link a pair on Amazon in our show notes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got all the compression socks.
Okay. We are ladies, but ladies run into difficult bathroom situations when we travel, and it's just part of it. So, as a lady, what's the most questionable bathroom that you've ever braved while traveling? And not just like outdoors if you're camping or something. Like something that's technically supposed to be a bathroom. That's just from the gates of hell.
Ben and I were on a ferry recently, and I went into the bathroom after he went in the bathroom. The bathroom was absolutely fine, but what came out of him was not.
Oh, no.
I feel like that can't be a genuine answer. Honest to God.
Throw him under the bus.
I was like dry heaving.
Gross.
If the Global Besties are listening to this, Ben is our editor, so he has approved this.
Or he cuts it out and like records something over your voice.
Actually, on the same trip, we were in France, and there was some public loos that were near the campsite, and I was like, do I have a really bad gag reflex? I don't know, but I was just like actually gagging, and there were spiders all up in the corners, and like, I would rather piss in a bush.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yep.
Brutal.
I've definitely been in bath. I would much rather, if it was socially acceptable and it didn't result in people being weird, I would much rather pop a squat out in public than use a porta potty. Porta potties are disgusting. Mm-hmm. I'm like, let me just go behind a car, open a couple of doors, and I'd pop a squat right there.
Yeah.
I hate porta potties. Ugh. So that's not even the worst one. I think for me, I kind of have two stories. I think a horrible bathroom experience that I have. My body likes to shut down when I go into nature. It's like we're not going number 2. It's not happening. Like I have to be out there for a very long time before my body's like, yeah, we're gonna go. It just doesn't happen. But I was car camping with a friend of mine, and I had to go. And she was like, yeah, sometimes I just kind of sit on my bumper, like the edge of it, and just go right off the side of my car. I was like, okay. So I did, and then I had to clean it up with the dog bag.
Oh my gosh.
That brings a whole new meaning of a car skid mark, doesn't it?
Yeah. I didn't like that at all. And then there was a really nasty bathroom on my Patagonia backpacking trip that I had to shower in. And I dropped my thermals that I desperately needed for sleeping in the gross
Brutal.
Toilet shower water on the floor.
Oh,
and
no.
I did not sleep in those. I let them hang in the wind all night and dry while I froze to death in the tent.
Bless you. What about you, Maddie? Do you have any
That's horrible.
horror stories?
There are a couple of bathrooms in Honduras that I would describe as the gates of hell for sure. That were just like, I'm either going to die or at least get tetanus in this experience. It's questionable though. I mean, I feel like in Europe, you really never know. Like when you open the door in a bathroom, you really never know what you're going to get. Nikki and Pat and I were in the most adorable beach town, Monelia. And do you remember this bathroom? We were at a cafe.
Yes, that was one. I almost talked about it.
Nikki and I both needed to use the restroom. And we went in, and there was just like a floor basically with a drain. There wasn't like a toilet. Like it was just like, and there were like places for your feet, like clearly where your feet went. And I think I videoed myself in there, not like going to the bathroom, but just being like, wait, what? Like a reaction video?
Same.
And
I did the same thing.
I stood there for like 3 minutes, like trying to figure out what apparatus in the whole room, like I was supposed to utilize. And I was like, this is like, we were in a very cute developed beach town. Like, I don't know. This is the craziest experience. I was like, did I go into like the men's restroom? Like, was there a women? No, it was just the restroom. And it tested your flexibility. That's all I'll say about that.
I tell you what, quite often when you travel, you'll find different bathrooms, which are probably completely normal to the locals, but like there's a learning curve when you're trying to learn these new bathroom techniques. Like, how am I meant to squat here? Do I hold on to this? What am I, like, there's definitely, you know, it's like a language barrier, but a toilet barrier, I swear. Although I must say, if any of our global besties have been to Japan, those bathrooms, impeccable. Have you guys been?
No.
I have only been to Tokyo for like 8 hours on a layover. So we went out into the city and saw a bunch of stuff, but I don't know if I really consider that going to Japan.
Let me tell you, I went to a bathroom in a train station, which honestly I thought, oh God, here we go, but I was desperate. The cleanest bathroom I've ever been to. The toilets in Japan are just magical because there's a little button and it plays music if you need a bit of privacy. The toilet seat is like warm, but not because like someone's been sat on it, because it's like a warmed toilet seat. There's like, it's just amazing. Let me tell you, like, thoroughly enjoy it. And then there's also buttons that like clean your butt and all sorts. It's quite the experience in a good way.
We'll need to go on the Japan bucket list.
Yes.
Yeah. Put it on the list.
But like usually at public bathrooms, you think, oh my God, what am I going to walk into here? I could have eaten my dinner in there. Wouldn't recommend, but you know, very clean.
All the toilets. Okay. Next question. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Yes.
Do you have general routines once you get to your destination?
I always activate my eSIM. That's the first thing I do.
Oh,
This
okay.
is not an ad, but if any eSIM companies would like to sponsor the podcast, please hit us up because we all use eSIMs.
That's true.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that is like the first thing I do in every country. I'll activate my eSIM so I can, you know, be connected to the rest of the world and the internet and figure out my next step.
Food. I go to food.
Nice.
Depending on like the time of day. Usually I'm getting places when it's like dinner time, so I do food. And then like the next morning I try and do sometimes a run, sometimes just like a general walk around, get my bearings, like what's going on.
Nice.
Yeah,
I feel
if
like food is
I'm-
the answer to everything, isn't it, really?
Yeah, food is the answer.
Oh, yeah.
If I have two answers, one if we're jet lagged, one if we're not. So if we're just arriving during like a jet lag situation, we try to do like water, food, but not like go out for a meal, just like physically put something in our bodies, like water, food, electrolytes. If it's day, we try to stay out in the sun or like in the daylight and just like walk or move. That's kind of our jet lag routine. But if we're not jet lagged and we're just showing up to a new location, there is nothing. The best feeling in the world is you get to your destination, you drop your bags, and you go get a good meal. Like you go out to a restaurant, you like go to a little cafe. Like I'm picturing, gosh, how many times we've done this in Rome. Like you drop all your stuff and then you like walk out and you're free because you're not carrying your heavy backpack anymore.
Yes.
And you're just like, this city
You're
is
like,
ours.
Freedom.
I literally just did that. You guys, before this podcast, I messaged Maddie and Ty and I was like, can we move this 30 minutes? I just got to my destination and I like desperately needed food and I just like threw my bags and like went for a little walk and found a burger and I was like, yes. Like, and the sun was setting and it was beautiful and I was like, I love this. I love every part of it. It's the best feeling.
Such a good feeling.
For sure.
Maddie, I thought you were going to say the first thing you do is drop your bags off because that in itself is just delightful. Not having to like lug those around. Oof. Lovely.
Yeah, it is nice. We typically do though. If we arrive early and we can't check in, we'll either drop our bags at the hotel or Airbnb early if we can, or if not, we'll use like we've used like Bounce luggage storage all over, which is not sponsored, but hey, Bounce, work with us. But Bounce luggage storage is great. There's like something locker, some like
Stasher.
away
is another
locker,
one.
something stasher. Yeah, so one of those. Those are fantastic apps.
I love
That's
that.
a great little hack there.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we are absolutely loving answering these questions. However, I feel like we need to keep some aside for another episode. Plus, if you have any more that you want to send our way, please do, because I'm loving a Q&A. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, it's the best. It's
I
so
love
fun
it.
to just be like, here's this silly little thing.
And you guys can always send your questions in. If you have practical travel questions, if you have unhinged travel questions, we want to know all of it because really, again, you've heard us say it a lot. You'll hear us always say this and die on this hill. The point of this is to build this global bestie community. And wherever you're listening all over the world, we want this to feel like your little home community. And you guys asking questions is part of that. So bring them on.
Yeah. So make sure you guys rate, review, and subscribe on whatever you're listening to, and share this with a friend who maybe is getting into travel, loves a good travel story, or maybe needs a good little giggle.
Stay tuned next week because we are going to be doing a special holiday episode on how to navigate the holidays and travel, how we personally navigate the holidays and travel, navigating family pressures around the holidays, friendships, if you're going home, how you balance seeing friends and family, some of our favorite holiday travel destinations and memories. So it's going to be a really exciting, festive episode, and we're doing it for you guys. We want you guys to have some tools and tips and at least feel like you're not alone if you're going home to some interesting family dynamics over the holidays.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here this episode. We cannot wait to see you in the next one. And remember that you belong here. Our first
That's 10 episodes.